Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007.
It's a busy day on the markets. We've got 5 companies making headlines that you won't want to miss.
Let's dive right in. First up, we have PyroGenesis, a clean tech innovator trading on the TSX under the symbol PYR.
They just announced a major win, securing a $2.5 million CAD contract to supply their cutting-edge gas flaring technology.
That's huge. And the client is a global environmental services company. So this is a big vote of confidence for PyroGenesis.
Absolutely. And what's particularly exciting about this deal is that the technology will be deployed at a waste-to-energy facility in the U.S. This facility is converting organic waste into renewable natural gas, so it's a win-win for the environment and the energy sector.
PyroGenesis states in their press release, quote, "This contract award further validates PyroGenesis's environmental credentials and its ability to secure contracts with some of the most important stakeholders globally in the environmental, energy, and industrial sectors."
That's a powerful statement, and it really highlights the growing demand for sustainable solutions. PyroGenesis is clearly positioning itself as a leader in this space, and this contract could be a sign of even bigger things to come.
Next up, we're heading to Botswana, with Premium Resources trading on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol PRE.
They just dropped some impressive drill results from their Selebi North nickel copper cobalt mine.
And these results are sending shockwaves through the market. Why don't you break down some of the key numbers for us?
Sure. One drill hole, SNUG 24172, yielded 14.20 meters, grading 5.14% copper equivalent, and another hole, SNU 24144, returned 14.4 meters, grading 3.99% copper equivalent, with significant intervals exceeding 5%. Now, these are really high-grade intercepts, and what makes it even more interesting is that these findings are outside the current resource estimate.
So we're potentially talking about a much larger and more valuable deposit than initially anticipated.
Exactly, and that's why investors are so excited about this news. Premium Resources even says in their news release, quote, "Drilling continues to demonstrate that Selebi North is a high-grade nickel-copper-cobalt system with excellent potential for significant resource growth."
Now let's shift gears to the gold sector, where V are trading on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol VIO is making headlines.
They've struck gold at their Belleterre gold project in Quebec. And we're not talking about just a little bit of gold.
They're hitting high-grade intercepts, which is what investors dream of, right?
Absolutely. One drill hole revealed 11.6 grams per ton of gold over 2 meters with a peak grade of 16.5 grams per ton. Those are impressive numbers, especially for a junior miner.
Veer states, quote, "Given the ongoing success of the current drill program, the company will be increasing the fully funded 10,000-meter drill program to 15,000 meters. These are definitely good problems to have."
It certainly seems like they're onto something big here, and the location is prime in Quebec's Belleterre Greenstone Belt, a region known for its gold potential. This is definitely a company to keep on your watch list.
Speaking of high-grade gold, let's head over to Newfoundland and Labrador, where Maritime Resources traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol MAE is making waves.
They're reporting some truly remarkable gold mineralization at their Hammerdown Gold project, and what's really catching everyone's attention is that it's near the surface.
So we're talking about potentially easier and cheaper extraction, which is a huge plus for investors.
Exactly. They hit 41.6 grams per ton of gold over 6.3 meters in one drill hole, and a staggering 127.5 grams per ton over 2 meters in another. These are some of the highest grades we've seen reported recently, and they're generating a lot of buzz in the mining community.
And what makes this even more exciting is that they are about to recommission their Pine Cove processing plant, so they could be generating cash flow very soon.
That's right. Maritime Resources even states, quote, "Hammerdown remains open in all directions and at depth, with high-grade gold intercepts in every drill hole released to date. Recommissioning of the Pine Cove mill remains on schedule, with first gold pour anticipated in Q2 2025. This puts them in a very strong position, and they're definitely a company to watch closely in the coming months.
Last but not least, we're heading back to Quebec with Power Nickel trading on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol PNPN.
They're making significant strides with their NISC project, and they just made a groundbreaking discovery.
And this discovery is adding even more fuel to the fire, right? Tell us more.
They've launched a major winter drilling campaign and have unearthed massive sulfides just 700 meters east of their high-grade Lion Zone. What's remarkable is that this new discovery is showing strong nickel and copper potential, adding even more diversity to their already impressive resource base.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, which is always a good sign.
Exactly. And what makes this project even more remarkable is that they have three distinct deposit types in one project. It points to a large-scale mineralized system with significant upside potential.
And with the demand for nickel and copper soaring due to the EV revolution, Power Nickel is in a very strategic position. They said in their press release, quote, "This is an outstanding discovery. The scale of what we are seeing visually and in the assays is compelling. Given the scale of the massive sulfide we are seeing in drill core, we believe this discovery has the potential to add significant tonnage to the NISC project."
It's a dynamic time to be following the markets, and these companies are showcasing the incredible potential and innovation happening right now. This is a great reminder to stay informed and look beyond the headlines for investment opportunities.
You never know where the next big discovery might come from.
And speaking of those hidden gems, let's unpack some strategies for uncovering promising small-cap companies that might be flying under the radar right now. It's like panning for gold. You need the right tools and a keen eye for detail.
So how can investors sharpen their focus and find those hidden gems that could turn into tomorrow's success stories?
One strategy is to keep your finger on the pulse of high-growth sectors.
Right, we talked about the mega trends shaping the world, things like the shift to renewable energy, the electric vehicle boom, and the critical minerals that are fueling these revolutions. Those are definitely areas worth exploring.
Absolutely. Investors should be on the lookout for companies that are providing innovative solutions in these areas. They have the potential to be the big winners in the years to come.
But it's not enough to just chase the headlines. We need to go deeper, right?
Absolutely. You need to understand the company's business model, their competitive landscape, their management team, and their growth strategy. It's like detective work, piecing together the clues to see if there's a real story of growth and innovation there.
So where do we start gathering those clues?
Well, reading company reports, financial statements, and industry analyses can give you a good sense of their financial health and their potential. And don't underestimate the power of networking, attending industry events, and talking to experts. You can pick up a lot of valuable insights that way.
And of course, staying informed through reputable financial news sources like Agoracom can keep you ahead of the curve.
Right, because timing is everything in the market.
Now let's talk about some red flags. What are some things investors should watch out for that might indicate a company isn't worth their investment?
One of the biggest red flags is a lack of transparency. If a company is reluctant to share information about its operations, its financials, or its management team, that's a sign that something might be amiss.
Transparency is crucial, especially for small-cap companies where there's often less information readily available.
Another warning sign is a history of losses or poor financial performance. While some losses are to be expected in the early stages of a company's growth, a consistent pattern of red ink is something to be wary of.
It's like a ship with a hole in its hull. You want to see that they have a plan to plug the leak and stay afloat.
And speaking of captains, it's crucial to assess the management team. Do they have a solid track record? Are they aligned with shareholder interests? These are critical questions to ask.
It's like choosing a pilot for your flight.
Yeah.
You want someone with experience and a steady hand on the controls.
And lastly, be cautious of companies that rely too heavily on hype and promotion. A company with a solid business model and strong fundamentals doesn't need to shout from the rooftops to attract investors.
It's the substance that matters, not the flash.
Exactly. Now let's flip the script and talk about some green flags. Some positive indicators that might suggest a small cap company is a good investment opportunity.
What gets investors excited and reaching for their wallets?
Well, a strong and experienced management team with a proven track record is always a good sign.
Like a winning coach. They know how to build a successful team and lead them to victory.
Another positive indicator is a company that's operating in a high-growth market with a large addressable market.
They're riding a wave that's gaining momentum, and they have the potential to capture a significant share of that market.
Exactly. And it's essential to consider a company's competitive advantage. What sets them apart from the crowd? Do they have a unique product or service? A loyal customer base? A brand that people trust?
It's all about finding that special sauce that gives them an edge in the marketplace.
And let's not forget about the importance of a solid financial position. A strong balance sheet, healthy cash flow, and a clear path to profitability are all signs of a company that's built to last.
It's like checking the foundation of a house. You want to make sure it's strong enough to weather any storm.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the importance of diversification in small cap investing.
Diversification is like having a well-balanced meal, right? You don't want to put all your nutritional eggs in one basket.
That's a great analogy. It's crucial for any investor, but especially for those venturing into the small cap space. These companies can be more volatile, so spreading your risk by investing in a basket of companies across different sectors can help cushion the blow if one of your picks takes a dip.
So don't bet the farm on a single horse in the race. Spread your bets across a few promising contenders.
Exactly. And remember that small cap investing is a long-term game. You need to be patient and allow these companies the time to grow and realize their full potential.
It's like planting a seed. You need to give it time to sprout, take root, and flourish.
Right. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about identifying companies with a long-term vision and supporting their growth journey.
How can investors stay informed and engaged with the companies they've chosen to invest in? It's not like you can just set it and forget it, right?
Absolutely not. It's essential to stay informed about their progress, their challenges, and their opportunities. Reading company reports, attending shareholder meetings, and following industry news are all great ways to stay in the loop.
It's like being a coach. You need to watch the game, analyze the plays, and make adjustments along the way.
And don't be afraid to reach out to the company directly with any questions or concerns. Many small-cap companies are quite accessible and welcome the opportunity to engage with their shareholders.
Now technology is transforming the investing landscape. How is it changing the way we research, analyze, and invest in small-cap companies?
Technology has been a game changer. Online platforms and tools are making it easier than ever for investors to access information, track companies, and execute trades.
It's like having a world of financial knowledge at your fingertips.
Exactly. There are financial news websites, stock screeners, research databases, and investment forums, all just a click away. And social media is playing a growing role too. It's a way for investors to connect with each other, share ideas, and stay informed about emerging trends.
It's like having a virtual investment club where you can bounce ideas off each other and learn from the collective wisdom of the crowd.
But as with any tool, it's important to use it wisely. Not all online information is created equal, and investors should always verify the credibility of their sources.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet, right?
Exactly. And remember, technology is just a tool. It can help you make more informed decisions, but it's not a substitute for sound judgment and a thorough understanding of the fundamentals of investing.
Now let's step back for a moment and consider the broader implications of small cap investing. Why is this sector so important for the overall economy?
Small-cap companies are the lifeblood of innovation. They're often the ones pushing the boundaries, creating new products and services, and driving economic growth.
They're the disruptors, the game changers, the ones who are rewriting the rules of the game.
Exactly. And they're major job creators, providing employment opportunities for millions of people. Small businesses are the backbone of the economy, and small-cap companies represent the next generation of businesses that have the potential to become major players in their respective industries.
Investing in small cap companies is not just about making money. It's about supporting the growth and development of the entire economy.
Right. By investing in these companies, you're playing a role in fostering innovation, creating jobs, and building a stronger and more dynamic future.
So as we delve deeper into the world of small cap investing, let's recap some key takeaways for our listeners.
Great idea. First and foremost, small cap investing offers the potential for significant growth, but it's not without its risks.
Right, it's a high-stakes game with the potential for big rewards, but you need to be prepared for the ups and downs.
It's crucial to focus on sectors that are experiencing strong growth. Identify companies with solid fundamentals and a clear path to profitability, and remember the golden rule of diversification. Spread your risk across a basket of carefully selected companies.
And don't just sit back and watch the game unfold. Stay informed, engage with the companies you invest in, and be an active participant in their journey.
Small cap investing is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
But for those who are willing to put in the effort, the rewards can be substantial.
Absolutely. The world of small cap investing is full of exciting opportunities for those who are willing to explore, take calculated risks, and believe in the power of innovation.
And remember, Agoracom is your go-to source for all things small cap.
We're here to provide you with the latest news analysis and insights to help you navigate this dynamic and rewarding sector.
Now let's revisit that thought-provoking question we posed earlier. How can investors identify and evaluate promising small cap companies that might be flying under the radar?
It's a question that requires a bit of detective work, but it can lead to some truly exciting discoveries. So let's break down some strategies for uncovering these hidden gems. Where should investors even begin their search?
It can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack, but with the right approach, we can uncover those hidden gems.
One strategy is to look for companies that are riding the wave of industry transformation.
We've talked about the shift towards renewable energy, the rise of electric vehicles, and the growing need for critical minerals. Those are all areas ripe with opportunity for innovative small-cap companies.
Exactly. Look for companies that are developing groundbreaking solutions in these areas. They could be the ones shaping the future.
And don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path. Explore lesser-known sectors or niche markets. You never know where you might find the next big thing.
Sometimes the most revolutionary ideas come from companies that are flying under the radar.
It's all about finding those companies that are solving real-world problems in unique and innovative ways.
And don't underestimate the power of immersing yourself in an industry.
So read those industry publications, attend those conferences, and talk to those experts.
It's like getting a backstage pass to the future. You'll gain invaluable insights and discover companies that are poised to take off.
Now let's talk about the tools and resources that can help us on this treasure hunt. What are some of your go-to resources for researching small-cap companies?
Well, Agoracom is a fantastic starting point.
Of course. Agoracom offers a wealth of information on small-cap companies, including news analysis and those lively investor forums where you can connect with other investors and share ideas.
And beyond that, there are numerous reputable financial websites and databases that provide in-depth information on companies, their financials, their management teams, and their industry outlook.
And don't forget about social media. Platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn can be valuable sources of insights and information from industry experts and fellow investors.
Just remember to always double-check the credibility of your sources before making any investment decisions based on what you find online.
It's like separating the wheat from the chaff. You need to be discerning and make sure you're getting your information from reliable sources.
Now let's talk about some common pitfalls to avoid when researching and evaluating small-cap companies. What are some mistakes investors often make?
We want to help our listeners steer clear of those investment potholes.
One common trap is getting caught up in the hype and focusing too much on short-term price movements instead of the long-term fundamentals of the business.
It's easy to get swept away by the excitement of a rising stock price. But it's crucial to remember that sustainable growth is built on a solid foundation.
Look for companies with sound business practices, a strong management team, and a product or service that meets a real market need.
Another mistake is neglecting the importance of diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Spread your investments across different companies, different sectors, and even different geographic regions. This helps mitigate risk and protect your portfolio from the volatility inherent in the small-cap space.
It's like building a strong, resilient portfolio that can weather any market storm.
And don't be afraid to take profits when a stock has appreciated significantly. It's tempting to ride the wave and hope for even greater gains. But remember that markets are cyclical.
Locking in some profits along the way allows you to secure your gains and reduce your risk exposure.
And finally, remember that patience is key in small-cap investing. It takes time for companies to grow and reach their full potential.
Don't get discouraged if your investments don't skyrocket overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are successful companies.
Stay focused on the long-term fundamentals and trust the process.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of small-cap investing, let's leave our listeners with a few key takeaways.
Small-cap investing offers the potential for incredible growth, but it's essential to approach it with a well-informed and balanced perspective.
Do your research, understand the risks involved, and be prepared for the inherent volatility of the market.
Focus on sectors that are poised for growth. Seek out companies with strong fundamentals and a clear vision for the future, and diversify your portfolio to spread your risk.
Stay engaged with your investments, monitor their progress, and be prepared to adjust your strategy as needed.
And above all, be patient. Let your investments grow and blossom over time.
The world of small-cap investing is full of exciting possibilities. We encourage you to explore it further and discover those hidden gems that could turn into tomorrow's success stories.
And remember, Agoracom is here to guide you every step of the way, providing you with the insights and resources you need to navigate this dynamic and rewarding sector.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of small-cap investing. Until next time, happy investing.